Hello everyone and welcome to xxMelle Potato Kitchen. Today's recipe has been sponsored by Evany. Thank you, Evany. We appreciate your contribution to this amazing recipe, which is going to be spicy peanut tofu. It could be crispy as well. You could put crispy tofu in that title. Should I? I don't know. Anyway, let's go into it. This is what it looks like. It is amazing. I served it with roasted veggies and rice. It was sweet, spicy, salty. It was the perfect mix of everything. So the first thing you need to do is to cook your rice, because you cannot eat like this tofu without any sides. Here's how I do my rice. I follow the instruction on the bag, but the bag says water. I never put water in my rice because it doesn't have flavor, but it's not the same kind of rice. It's not like a white rice. I'm not doing white rice. I'm doing a flavored rice. So here I am putting 2 cups of vegetable broth that I did myself, a cube of garlic butter for flavor, because you need to put fat in the rice so it doesn't stick, some pepper, and some salt. As simple as that. And then you cook it according to the instruction on the packaging. Next step is to prep the veggies. Here I already prepped the veggies. The only thing I needed to do was to add the oil and the seasoning. So here I have some sweet potatoes, some carrots, and some Brussels sprouts. It's as easy as that. And you put some oil, like maybe 2 tablespoons, I don't know. Some garlic powder, some salt, some pepper, and some Provence herbs. Fancy. So once all of the veggies are well seasoned, you put them into the oven at 400 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Next step is the tofu. For the tofu, it is preserved in some kind of liquid. I think it's water. Chickadee would be able to tell us that, I think. I don't know. It's not important, you need to remove that liquid. So you remove the liquid, but then the tofu is soaked in the liquid. So you use towel or, well, more dishcloth or whatever cloth you have that doesn't have pit hair on it. And if it does have pit hair, just remove it. You're used to it by now. You squish it as hard as you can if you don't have a fancy tofu press. If you have a fancy tofu press, use it. You can also put it under a heavy pan, a heavy pot for like 20 minutes if you have the time. I didn't. So I pressed it with my hand and see how much liquid is on my towel now. That's how much liquid I got out, and that's how much flavor will get in. Also, I freeze my tofu so it gets like the liquid that is in tofu freeze and expand. So it creates small pockets that you will be able to put flavor in the tofu. So it will absorb even more flavor that way. Once your tofu is ready to be prepped, that you remove all of the excess liquid, you cut it in the size that you wish. I did approximately 1 inches cube thingy, whatever. You see I'm asking Luigi what kind of size that he wanted. And he was like, okay, that's fine. And then you want to season it. This time I decided to try tofu in the air fryer. I saw a TikTok about it. I wasn't mad about that. It turned out great, and it was a lot less trouble than doing it in the pan and having to watch it. And it was really crispy, like really crispy. So I did a small seasoning, not too overpowered, because the peanut sauce is going to be packed with flavor. So that's where all of the flavor will come from. So what I did, I put some oil because we're going to fry it, so it needs oil. And then I used a mix of Korean seasoning on this. Oh, soy sauce, yes. Like a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, just to give a little bit of flavor. And then I used the Korean seasoning. That's the seasoning that Evany made me discover, so that's why I've used it. It's her favorite seasoning for a lot of things. So I used it on the tofu so that she can do it too. I did like, it is really spicy, so I didn't put too much because I didn't know how it would react with the tofu and the peanut sauce that is supposed to be spicy. But I would say half a teaspoon or a teaspoon if you're really courageous. You mix everything well, and then you put everything into the air fryer compartment. Make sure that there's no piece on top of the other pieces, because otherwise they won't cook evenly and they won't get as crispy. Once it's ready, you put that into the air fryer, and I put it for 15 minutes, and I mixed it every 5 minutes. For the peanut sauce, you add some sesame oil. You knock the camera off. And then I would say if you do this for only one person, do half of the sauce that is in the ingredient. I will put a note regarding this in the recipe because it made a lot. You'll see at the end. I have put some into a bowl and I put it on the side. So 2 big spoons of peanut butter, smooth or crunchy. Crunchy could be good too. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of sweet chili sauce. You want to put some water on the side in case you need to, because the peanut butter is really thick. So if you need to make it less thick and more like a sauce, you will need some water. I know that the most ingredients that we add are liquid, so I didn't use this full amount of water that I had, but I think I used between 1/4 or half a cup of water. So I have half a cup of water ready and add as needed to have the consistency that you desire, because maybe you want a thicker sauce than I did, maybe you want it runnier. So go slowly, make sure that you mix everything and make sure that it's hot before you decide to add more, because peanut butter, when it's hot, it's a little bit more liquid. So you see, I was taking my time here to make sure that everything was well incorporated while the heat was raising, and once everything was well incorporated, I was able to adjust and taste the sauce. So here I thought it was still too thick and it was still missing some flavor. I added 2 teaspoons of garlic chili sauce because I needed a little bit more spice. It wasn't spicy enough. I added some salt and pepper as well. And then I added about a teaspoon of sriracha, 1 teaspoon of hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce? Hoisin sauce? No idea how to pronounce that. That one is vegan, by the way. It's really sweet. There's some that are brownish and a little bit more textured, but this one is really black and sweet, and this one is vegan. So I like it. I use it. And I did another taste test, obviously. And then here I added some MSG because I have some. But if you don't have some and you want a little bit more salt, like in your sauce, just add a little bit more salt, but try to use kosher salt and not table salt, because table salt will be really salty really fast. Then I put everything into a bowl because I had too much, mix it with the tofu, and I served it on the rice and the roasted veggies. So the key with this recipe is you need peanut butter, you need water, you need some sweet, some salty, and some spicy. So with this base, I'm pretty sure that you can change some ingredients and do a version that you guys really like. But this is my version for now. Like I said, do half of the recipe if you only do it for one person, or if you only do 1 block of tofu, because I was making that sauce to make some spring roll as well. And yeah, so I had a lot of sauce. I had way too much sauce for the amount I needed. So definitely do half of the recipe if you need less. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you will try it. It can be good with shrimps. It could be good with chicken. It could be good on Buddha bowls. It is really nice. It is really good. And the important thing to remember is to have a good balance, and remember to keep water on the side to make sure that it is not too thick, and to have fun while cooking. So I'll see you guys next week for another video, and thank you again, Evini, for commissioning me for this recipe. I had a lot of fun doing it, and if you guys want to commission me for doing some recipe, go on my Ko-fi, the link is down below, and you can send me $1 with the request for the recipe, and I will work on it. On this, I'll see you guys next week with another video. I have no clue what it is yet, but if you come into my stream, I'll probably tell you. See you guys later. Bye bye!